Not too long ago, I did a review on this Dyson V11 vacuum cleaner, and since I've had this vacuum cleaner, I haven't had any trouble with it whatsoever. Now, when I was doing some vacuuming a week or so ago, I managed to clog up the vacuum. Now, it took me a little while to troubleshoot how to unclog the vacuum, and since it wasn't very straightforward, I've decided to make this video. These tips that I'm going to give you start off pretty easy and then work their way up into more difficult fixes for where you might have problems in the vacuum cleaner. So if you don't find the first tips very helpful, make sure you do catch all of the tips because you might find the ones at the end that are a little bit more complicated, a bit more helpful. So let's get right on into it. So first, how do you know your vacuum cleaner is clogged? Well, with this Dyson vacuum cleaner, it has some air vents on the top part of the vacuum cleaner. And if you don't have any air coming out, then that is a very good sign that your vacuum is clogged because there's no air coming in, so they can't escape out. Now let's take this vacuum cleaner head for example. You might not be able to see through this top clear plastic covering part that you have something clogging the vacuum cleaner. Instead, where you need to look for your first instance of a clog is right at the inside suction part at the bottom. And if you can't see very well there, when you take it off the pole, you can have a look down into this part of the vacuum cleaner head. If you see something in there, you can easily fish it out. I recommend taking either a screwdriver or something long enough to fit inside of this piece here, maybe a toothbrush or a kitchen knife. But yeah, something to push whatever could be stuck in here through the bottom, and then you can get it out. Now, same goes for these tools. If you have a clog inside of these tools, you'll easily be able to see right through the middle of them and see that you have a clog in them. Same thing, take something that would fit into these holes, push it out through one end, and then you also have solved your clog that way. Now that you've cleaned out your vacuum cleaner head and you know that there's not a clog in there, next would be to check if there's something stuck in this rod here. So again, you also want to take this off, have a look through the bottom to see if there's anything stuck in there. If there is, you're gonna have to find something long enough to push it through or fish it out with, and perhaps that will solve your clog. Now, if you've gone through those steps and you don't find your clog in there, then the clog is most likely inside of your vacuum cleaner. If you can have a look inside of your vacuum cleaner here into the head and see if there's anything stuck in there, you may or may not be able to see something, but then you can try to do the same thing, fish it out through this end. Now, where I had my clog was both in the vacuum cleaner head, so I was able to push it through, but also when you take this top off, inside of here, there is where the debris comes through. And there's this little hole on the inside. And this is also where I had debris stuck, causing my clog. So same as here, try to push something through this hole to clear the debris that will fall out through the top part of the vacuum, and then retest the vacuum that everything's working, that you have air flowing through the top of the vacuum again. Then you also would have fixed the vacuum that way. Lastly, you could have a clogged filter. What you do to take the filter off is you turn it 90 degrees and then you can just pull it out. And you'll have to replace this entire filter head if the filter is the problem. Now, once you have a new filter, you can put the new filter on just as you took it off, put it back on, and then you'll be able to run the vacuum again. And you should be able to feel all of the air coming through the vacuum, and then you can be sure that your vacuum isn't clogged anymore, and then again working properly. I hope these tips were useful trying to clear your vacuum cleaner. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any other questions, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Always remember, stay practical, best of luck, and I'll see you in the next one.